The way we think determines the way we live. And that's why the book of books, talking about the Bible, admonishes us to guard our heart with all diligence. Why? Because out of it are the issues of You're welcome to Conversations with Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist. So, a wise man said, you cannot stop a bird from flying over your head. Very correct. But you can definitely stop that bird from nesting over your head. And that's why on the discourse, I'll be sharing with us powerful concepts that will shape the way we think and ultimately the outcome of our life. Because the quality of your thoughts cannot be separated from the quality of your life. Please, if you are new to this channel, do well to like this video, hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. So, coming back to our conversation, 7 powerful nuggets that can transform our life literally. The first nugget is this. In the new world we are living in, consider this. Degree is not for everybody. What you need, however, is the task factor. And what is the task factor? It's an acronym I coined out many years ago, talking about talent, attitude, and skill. So what do you need, if not degree? You need to identify your talent, your area of gifting, what you can do. When you identify your talent, you must work at your talent with a great attitude. That is what we call PMA, a positive mental attitude. To your great attitude, you must add skill. In other words, task, the task factor. You have the talent, maybe you have a talent for singing, you will sing with great attitude, then you will also deliver it in a skillful manner. Let's say maybe you have a talent for digital space, you will pick up a skill in coding, or you will pick up how to develop a site, or you pick up how to build a website, or you even pick up how to be a graphic designer and the likes. When you have that, discover that you are talented in that area, you will deliver it with a great attitude. Some great thought leader said something. He said attitude is more important than fact. And that is why a PMA, a positive mental attitude, will win any day, anytime. So in the new world, degree is not for all. However, you must work with the task factor, talent, attitude, and skill. You can have all the degrees in the world and still be broke. But if you work with the task factor, particularly in a post-pandemic world, when we now do things virtually and be great and very successful, working with the task factor, talent, great attitude, and skill. Being overly critical of people make you lose them. Rather than criticizing people, focus on working on yourself, because that's the man in the mirror. The truth is, you are the man in the mirror, as we learned from Michael Jackson. If you can work on yourself, the world will be a better place. In the words of Jesus Christ, don't look at the speck in somebody else's eyes and forget the log of wood in your own eyes. Part of what that means is, if you want to win friends and influence people, you must not overly criticize. The easiest thing to do is to criticize people, is to say, see the way this man is shooting this video. It's not even so good. What is he saying? See this poor mic, see the poor light. You see, it's very easy to sit in the comfort of your home and judge the lighting and judge the camera and judge the sound. The question is, what are you creating? Because I've come to know that people that are creating value hardly criticize, because they know what energy and investment it takes to do anything meaningful. So part of what I'm saying is, if you want to work as a peak performer, if you want to attain greatness, you must give up criticism. It's very easy to criticize. Any fool can criticize. It takes a wise person, to objectively make constructive contribution to whatever people are doing. So do well to celebrate people when they are doing anything of value, because it's not always easy. Don't judge. If you are judging people, even the scripture says, judge not so that you will not be judged. Because with the same measure you met out, that is how it will be meted back to you. So you have a duty to find a way of accommodating people, even with their excesses. Just as you will be patient with yourself at times when you disappoint yourself, learn to be patient with people. I'm not saying you shouldn't have boundaries, but I'm saying don't be overly critical. You see, the more you take personal responsibility for your past, for your present, the more likely you will believe in your ability to create the future you desire. You see, I believe we are created for peak performance, and I also believe we are co-creators with God. But the only way your creative ability and capacity can come to pass is for you to understand the place of taking responsibility. One of the most powerful books I've read is 67 Success Principles. Jack Canfield calls it Success Principles. When you read that book, the first law of success is 100% responsible. And he coined out a formula that says E plus R equals O. Events plus response equals outcome. Part of what that means is you must take responsibility for your past failures and also your past successes. Take responsibility for your present failure and your present successes. Then you can curate the outcome of your future. The truth is, whatever you are doing today is programming your future. So why not be intentional about your day-to-day life? You cannot just sleep in bed all day. You cannot just watch season film all day. You cannot just lazy around all day and believe that things will be great and say the popular Nigerian mantra, it go better. Things don't get better because you believe they will. Things get better because you walk towards they should. Because life doesn't give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you negotiate for and work towards intentionally. So do well to take personal responsibility, because there are three categories of people in life. There are those who watch things happen. There are those who wonder what happened. And there are those who make things happen. Choose the latter and you'll be glad you did. Nugget 4. Who you are is who you attract. Whilst your container will draw people to you, your content will keep them. So my encouragement, work on your content as you do your container. You see, in the words of Fela Durotoye, he said, make sure your container is wow and your content is rock solid. You must understand this. When I talk about content, I'm talking about your character. I'm talking about being a person of value, being a person of integrity, being a person of excellence, being a person of great substance. Your yay must be yay. You should not be caught, in cheap lies. People are attracted to you because of your container. But people will stay with you because of your content. And that's why, this is very apt for the single guy or the single lady that wants to be in the right relationship. If you find yourself always attracting an abusive fellow, there is a part of you that is accommodating the abuser. What you just need to do is don't go from one relationship to another. Take a retreat. Audit yourself and ask yourself, why am I attracting this wrong set of relationship? Because the fundamental law that governs the universe is who you are is who you attract. Years ago, when I was about getting married, I set out that I want to attract a woman of substance, a woman that is going to support the great visions and dreams and ambitions I have. And I began to work on myself, I beg your pardon. And it didn't take long before I came in contact with that woman. And I'm saying this to you, my dear listener, that whatever you desire, you can attract it. But rather than trying to force that thing into your life, work on yourself, becoming the best version of yourself. And as you work on yourself, you will attract that which you desire. Nugget 5. The first law of education is repetition. What you hear consciously and unconsciously is programming you for failure or success. Consider this. No content you consume and engage in is neutral. No content leaves you the same way. I was in a meeting earlier today. The speaker began to speak that When you listen to music, do you know that the spirit of the artist, the frequency the artist is on when making that music, whenever you listen to it, you vibrate at that frequency. Do you know what that means? What that means is, if you are watching a movie, if you find yourself in an environment that is toxic and you permit it, you are being programmed for toxicity. So what that means is, you have to be careful and you have to audit what you allow into your ear space, because as whatever you hear, you will become. So choose to hear positivity. Don't allow people's opinion of you hinder you. Part of what that means is, people's opinion, people's talks, people's actions and inaction towards you, never allow it define you. People will dump their opinion on you. You are not a garbage ground. So whatever people come as baggages trying to dump on you, by all means, don't allow it, because people will always have opinion. You must have your own identity. That's why some of the most wisest words that was written down in history is, man, know thyself. And those were words from Socrates. Having your own identity will determine how you should carry yourself. Because you know who you are. And so whatever people say or what they don't even say does not determine how you carry yourself. Believe in yourself. Work on yourself, and be bold in delivering that version of you that you believe you want to deliver to the world. And it will not take long before the world celebrates you for your authenticity and originality. I want you to know that no is not a rejection. It is an opportunity to try again, an opportunity to begin again more intelligently. What I'm saying is, you will hear no every day of your life. How you process the no is what will determine the outcome of your life. You can be rejected multiple times. You just need one acceptance and you will break through. Like the man that founded, the beverage 7-Up. News has it that they named it 7-Up because they had tried 6 times even before they could get to the 7th recipe that created, that drink. I said that to say that when you face rejection, when you face no, when you face setback, don't see it as rejection, but see it as an opportunity to begin again more intelligently. And don't repeat the same mistake, because to do things the same way and expect a different result, what Albert Einstein calls insanity. So you have a duty to always audit the outcome of your life per time, and then act accordingly and make amends when necessary. But don't allow no to deter you. Instead, let it motivate you to reach for more and try harder and give even more effort. And you'll be glad you did. Remember that when things get very difficult, it's because you're about to enter a good season of your life. What that means is, tough times never last, but tough people do. Life is cyclical. There is a season of pain and there is a season of laughter. Stay through the season of pain, because after that season of pain is a season of laughter. Like the tea bag, the pressure of the heat is what brings out the flavor of the tea. Sometimes life puts pressure on you so that we can experience your flavor. This is not time to give up. It's not time to end your life. It's not time to quit from, wanting to be great and successful. It's time to get fired up again and pursue your dream, because that dream is possible. I remember Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist, saying, peak performance is possible.